Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi everyone, welcome back with me Nirmal Ayuning Tias, and this video made for fulfill the midterm assignment by language testing course. And I will not give you some presentation, but I only read the text, the summary text that I have already done. This summary is the to cover first until the seventh meeting by the language testing course. And without further ado, I will read it for you and to fulfill my task. For the first week, our first meeting. In the first week, we joined a general lecture organized by our department. There were welcoming speech from the vice dean and the head of the English education program. After that, the lecturer explained the course contract, including rules, grading, attendance, and expectation. One of the event was the announcement of the Student of the Year, which motivated many students. These sessions help us understand what to expect from the course and encourage us to be more serious and responsible as language education students. Move to the second week or the second meeting. This week focused on introducing the course, its objective and expectation. We discussed the meaning and purpose of language testing, the course syllabus and grading system, and class grading system and class roles regarding attendance and assignments. The lecture emphasized the difference between testing, assessment, and evaluation. We learned that language testing helps measure learners' ability and can take various forms. The session served as foundations for the upcoming, more detailed exploration of testing and assessment in language education. And now we move to the week three, our third meeting. This we learn about the chapter one. The title is Assessment Concepts and Issues. In week three, we were introduced the basic idea of assessment in language learning. We learned the differences between testing, assessment, and evaluation. The first group explained that assessment is a broader term that includes different ways to check students' progress, while testing is more specific and formal. We also discussed two important types of assessment, informal and formal, as well as formative and summative assessments, which help teachers track progress and give final evaluations. We also learn about different test types such as achievement, placement, diagnosis, proficiency, and aptitude tests. Each test has a different purpose. For example, achievement tests check what students have learned in class, while placement tests help decide the right level for students. We also discussed modern topics like performance-based assessment and the use of technology in testing. These lessons help us understand that language assessment should focus on students' real communication skill, not just paper-based results. We move to the week four or fourth meeting. Uh, the title is The Principle of Good Language Assessment. This week focus on the key principles that make a language test fair and effective. We learned about practicality, which means a test should be easy to use in real classroom situations. Reliability is also important. It ensures that test gives consistent results. Validity means that test truly measure what is it is supposed to measure. These principles help teacher make tests that give useful and accurate information about students' learning. We also discussed authenticity and washback. A good test should include tasks that are close to real life. Language use, like writing and email or having a conversation. Washback is the effect a test has on teaching and learning. Good tests encourage better learning habits. Teachers must think carefully when making a test to be sure it supports students in positive way. This week help us understand that making a test is not just asking question but about helping students learn better. Move to the week 5, the five meeting, the five meeting, yes, that designing classroom language test. In week 5, we explore how to design classroom tests. We studied four test situations: reading quiz, grammar unit test, midterm essay, and listening or speaking exam. Each situations require different planning and questions types. We learn the we learn the to decide the purpose and make sure that the test fits the level of the students. After designing the test, it's also important to know how to score and give feedback. We also learn how to create multiple choice questions and open-ended tasks that are fair and focus on one clear objective. Feedback is not only about grades but also about helping students improve. This week showed us that students that designing a test is both a creative and logical process. A well-designed test can really support students' progress and motivations. And we move to the week 6 or sixth meeting, standard-based assessment. This week we studied how educational standards affect language testing. Standards help keep learning goals clear and testing fair. We learned about different standard-based systems like CASAS and CHASAS and SCANS, and how teachers use them to create fair assessments. We also show how standardized testing influence both teaching and learning in schools. When tests follow clear standards, it helps students understand what is expected of them. We also talk about important ethical issues in language testing. Some tests can be unfair to certain groups of students, which is known as test bias. We learned that good testing should be equal and respect all learners. There were discussions about how too much focus on testing can limit creativity in teaching. This week reminds us that teachers must be responsible when choosing or creating tests because it affects students' learning and self-confidence. And the last, we move to the week 7 or the seventh meeting, that is standardized testing. In week 7, we explore how standardized language tests are developed. There are several steps in the process. First, the test maker decide on the purpose and learning objective. Then they design the test format or test specification, scoring rules, and how to report results must be decided early. The test must also check and improve regularly through validation studies to ensure it is still accurate and fair. We also discussed the strength and weakness of standardized tests. They help compare large group of students and useful for placement or official evaluation. However, they can also cause stress and limit classroom flexibility. Some students may feel anxious or uncomfortable with this task. We learned that while standardized tests are useful, they must be designed with care and fairness so they help learners rather than discourage them. Okay, thank you, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.